BoDean 52, how are you folks? In today's video, I am going to give you a 3-month, 5,000 mile review on the Legend Revo A shocks. These were the stock, these were the Legends. Was it worth $1,000? So I have had the Legends Revo A on my 2021 Road Glide Limited for just about 3 months, and have roughly 3,000 to 4,000 miles, maybe a little more during that time period. And a couple folks have asked me, since I did do a initial video on these. On this suspension, and I'll link that in the description for you if you want to take a peek at it with a little more details and my initial thoughts. But they've asked me for, hey, how have they been, or how has the Revo A's performed? And I want to talk about that briefly just to kind of give you an update. First of all, there are multiple things that I like about this suspension. And by the way, I'm not comparing it to another suspension because I don't know others other than stock. But one of the things that I really like about this suspension is it is very easy. Well, it's easy, number one, to install. And number two, it's really, really easy to adjust. And what I mean by that is, so if I am going out with my bride, or if I am taking a trip like I did this year, rode 1,500 miles with, some luggage on the back, it's really easy for me to go in, take the bags off, and really adjust the preload before I went. A lot of folks look at it, in a couple different ways. The preload I set originally for me, right? My weight, what I would actually carry normally on the bike. And then if I put a lot more weight on it, or this is BoDean, and we go for a long ride, I'll adjust that. It's so simple and so quick. So I really, really like that about this suspension. The second thing is, setting the rebound on these. I will tell you that I think it's 6 or 7 adjustments that you have for setting the rebound. Normally, folks go, I guess, at 3, and that's where I started when I got the bike, or when I put these on, and I was like, oh man, this is great. And then I heard some friends say, hey, it's a little better at 2, or it's a little better at 4. So I just adjusted them a little bit, rode with on 2, 3, and 4, and actually did end up back at 3, but it's a simple dial. So the rebound to set up, or the preload and the install on these, are really nice and easy. From a ride perspective, and if you go back and watch the original video, I was all giddy about, oh my god, this is so much better and so great compared to the stock suspension. I'll talk about that here in a minute. And I was all giddy about it. I kind of watched it again before I decided to make this video. And I was like a little schoolgirl, man. I was just all giddy about it. And I got to tell you what, I feel the exact same way. The difference is amazing. So during that time period, I have rode, some highway mileage, mostly back roads. There's a road that goes through Hell, Michigan, and if you don't know there's a Hell, Michigan, there is, which is about 10 miles from my place. It's just an awful road, and sometimes I'll just ride down it just because it's so much more comfortable than it used to be, and just, there's really no bottoming out, even though in fairness I really didn't have that with the stock ones either, but you can hit bumps and stuff that normally you would kind of do the old lift the butt thing that you normally do when you get ready to run over something, or run into something. It was none of that. You have none of that. You don't have to do that at all. It is night and day difference. Now, a pothole is a pothole, right? So I'm not going to tell you that you're going to glide over them, right? You hit something like that, you are going to feel it, but it is 10 times better. Now let me talk about control. And I don't want to go down a road that I'm not an expert at. First, let me say I have not yet put on the front suspension, whether it's going to be Revos or something different. I have not yet done that. I'm still trying to decide. I believe I am going to do it. And the only apprehension I had was, these are so great, why do it, right? But I will tell you that I've really thought about adding those, because people are telling me that in the corners and the riding is so much better, not only with the rears that I put on, but the fronts make it even better. Now, maybe there's a technical reason for that. There probably is, and one that I don't know. And you can, if you know that, if you could put that in the comments and educate me, I would appreciate it. But I will tell you, I can tell a difference in how I feel the bike handles with just the rear Revo A's on. Whether that's a technical, mechanical reason, whether that's confidence, whether that's, I don't know what it is, but there is no doubt a difference. And you definitely feel that plush ride, even on something like this. Bikes are out today. It's just night and day. I've had a couple folks that have watched that video and sent me messages and said, "Hey, BoDean 52, come on, man, you're doing that to make a video, right?" And by the way, not sponsored video by Legends. I paid for the shocks that were about $1,000, if I recall, $950 and some change. And said, "Come on, is it really that different? Really, should I spend the money on it?" And you know, I don't know people's financial condition, but I will tell you, if you can at all afford it, do it. It makes a night and day difference. And I didn't want to do it originally because I'm like, it's not that bad. It really isn't. I don't think there's a problem at all. Until I took the bag off and looked at the shock, and then I looked at the Revo shock, and you saw them on the introduction to this video. It is so different and so much better that you're going to be like, oh crap, why didn't I do this sooner? So when I look at a lot of things on the bike that I did, whether it was bars or suspension or anything else, I will tell you the biggest bang for the buck that I've gotten, as much as I love these bars, is the suspension, and I will probably be going forward with the front ones here soon, and that's something that I will get installed at the dealership pretty close to. So those folks are good to me. But I will tell you that they are a huge difference. 3,000 to 4,000 miles, a bunch of different type of roads, and they have always come through. They have a lifetime warranty on them. And again, I am not sponsored by these folks at all. I am just telling you what I think of the Revos. Now, I know there's Wilburs and a ton of other ones out there, and I'm sure you're, leave it in the comments what you ride with. Since I haven't put each one on my bike, I can't compare them, and I hear great things about the other ones too. But I'll tell you what, from a suspension standpoint, at least on this Harley Cruiser, it has been a world of difference. So, from beautiful rural Michigan, that is it for me today. Thanks, folks, for checking in on the channel. Hope it helped. Shoot me a message in the comments or a private message on BoDean 52 on Instagram. You can send me a private message there. I'd be glad to give you any advice. I'll put the specific ones I got and a link to them in the description. You want to make sure that you get the right ones. And by the way, before I forget, if you have a question, you can send. There's a little form you can fill out at the Legends site that ask you your weight, your bike, all that type of stuff, and they will come back and suggest which one. So if you follow my link, remember those are the ones that fit my bike. Make sure that you get the right ones that fit yours. Thanks, folks. You be safe out there. Appreciate you checking in, spend a part of your day with me, and make sure to check on a friend. We'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, folks.